tuna stock in the Pacific Ocean is still relatively healthy in comparison to the Indian and Atlantic Ocean. However, the reality of the data is far from true when it comes to the economic benefits. For decades, distance water fishing nations like those in Europe and Asia have been reaping the economic benefits of the Pacific tuna stock. In order for the region to get a fairer slice of the tuna market, a regional development project of tuna fisheries is important. One project that is committed to bridging the economic disparity of tuna fisheries for the Pacific Island countries is DevFish.
The countries are showing that they want to increase the scope of benefits that they achieve from the resource, in particular to undertake more of the processing of the fish in the region, to have more of the product that is caught even from foreign boats to be offloaded in the region and processed in the region, as well as to undertake these activities themselves.
The DevFish project is jointly designed and implemented by the Secretariat of the Pacific Community (SPC) and Forum Fisheries Authority (FFA). The financial support was provided by the European Union or EU.
The key issues really have been market access, and that is essentially across two areas, one being food safety, safe fish, and the other one being legal fish.
And so it's given us the capability to assist the member countries to address the regulations, the certification requirements imposed by the European Union for access to their fisheries market. And it's had that flexibility built into it, and that's why it's been an extremely useful project for us as a way of it enables us to undertake flexible responses.
These flexible responses were also adaptable to the diverse requirement of member countries. Their geographical nature will also determine their participation in exploiting the economic benefits of the tuna resource. The larger volcanic islands will be able to partake in the processing of all tuna products, from loining, export of whole fish, and cannery. For atolls like Kiribati, their participation will be limited to loining and export of whole fish. Port Moresby is the capital of PNG, the land of the unexpected and the focus of our story. PNG commands about 20% of the total global tuna catch and is one of the recipients of the EU DevFish project. The DevFish project officer from the Secretariat of the Pacific Community, Jonathan Manieva, is at the authority's office to follow up on the project activities.
Yes, a few countries like PNG has a priority in wanting to develop its local tuna industry to target export market, particularly EU. DevFish project has been coming in where they ask and where they identify that there is a need for the project to come and support them. That's where we come in.
The PNG National Fisheries Authority, or NFA, is a government entity tasked to provide transparent leadership, informed decision-making, and international recognition of fishery development and management. Jonathan meets Alois Kinol, NFA's manager for the catch documentation system.
We've had a lot of engagement by DevFish on different projects. But lately, since PNG was given a yellow card by EU, we've received all the support from DevFish through FFA, and under those projects we have developed our standard operating procedures, and in terms of training of our personnel, and the ongoing mentoring of our personnel in port, and also checking the systems that we have already developed.
Essentially, it's a requirement that our legislation is up to date, that our management plans are up to date, and that we have the capacity to effectively implement national plans of action to mitigate IUU fishings.
PNG National Fisheries Authority is confident it has done enough to join EU market green card holders like Solomon Islands, Fiji and Vanuatu. However, green card holders have to be vigilant in ensuring they remain green. A red card will automatically terminate the country's ability to access the market. Meanwhile, at Port Moresby, Jonathan is on his way back to check another DevFish activity in Lae, PNG's second largest city. It is about 300 kilometers northwest of Port Moresby and takes just under an hour by plane. Lae is in the Morebe province. The city has a population of over 500,000 and is regarded as the industrial hub of Papua New Guinea. One of the fastest growing industries here is tuna manufacturing. The surge in tuna manufacturing industry is part of the regional strategy to bring canning processes closer to the origins of the resource. At the outskirts of Lae City is the University of Technology, UNITEC. In the Faculty of Applied Science, there are two departments: Applied Chemistry and Food Technology.
1.4 for convection.
DevFish works closely with the Food Technology Department Senior Lecturer, Sogoing Denano.
DevFish is a very good program. That program gives some sort of sponsorship support to help our students to go out to industries and gain experience at the same time complement what they're learning in the industry. Subject that is examinable. After their industrial training, they write full report. We go and visit them where they are. We watch them, and we take the performance. We also require the supervisors to write a special report to us. And then we, based on that, either pass them or fail them. And that is the requirement to enter into final year.
A short distance from Lae City, in an area called Malahang, is PNG's new and currently the largest fish processing plant, Majestic Seafoods. The factory covers about 15 acres of land and is currently processing about 140 metric tons of canned tuna per day and employs just 1,000 workers. When production reaches its maximum capacity of 350 metric tons per day, the numbers of employees will double. It is factory laboratories like this where UNITEC students undertake their 7 weeks DevFish industrial attachment. Since UNITEC became the recipient of DevFish, 7 students have benefited from the project.
Things that industry likes to do and has been able to do with SPC is training, and especially technical training. We don't really have the avenues to train people to the skills we like in-house. We can do a lot of in-house training when they are trained originally. So what we have tried to do with SPC, and we're trying to do it here, is get especially a local young people that want to get into the industry. We can, like you said, go to UNITEC. They get a grounding, and then we can work with them through our processes here in the plant.
Since they funded the program and they sent us to those industries, I've learned how the process goes, and from the raw materials to the finished products, I learned a lot about it.
The courses at UNITEC in food technology cover a range of subjects that cater primarily for the growing tuna cannery industries.
In terms of the course we offer here, we emphasize on the microbial quality to try to produce foods which we can keep for a long time. If you reduce microbial load, for example, in seafoods such as tuna, you can keep it for a long time after catching.
The booming tuna manufacturing industry has caused organizations like UNITEC and National Fisheries Authority, NFA, to forge a partnership and the construction of a new laboratory at the university.
We went into an MOU with Unitec, and they were very helpful. They said yes, because we have they had the lab, but they didn't have the more or less the capacity in terms of capital or investment to support the lab. So we said, okay, let's combine our effort together. So you have the training facility, we provide the support, and you can build the lab to a level where you can use it for teaching, so that our students are already exposed to the high level of equipment and systems that is required by the industry.
While capacity building is important in any booming industry, job availability to absorb qualified locals is also essential.
Particularly here, wanting to get management trainees, because right now we have a lot of expats because it's a new plant and we couldn't just hire people. But our long-term aim is to reduce the expats down. We'll always have some because of the way the ownership is structured. But if we can start developing local management trainees for multiple different areas, QA, production, engineering. We also want to work with the Polytech, not just Unitec, with development of the fish people.
As local people, Papua New Guineans, most of us, we are specialized in that area, but we don't have that opportunity because of those essence. They are there to make money, so.
Challenges in any development like tuna fisheries are expected even after the end of the DevFish project. In this regard, technical assistance from regional organizations like SPC and FFA to its member countries will continue.
In terms of whether the job is done at the end of DevFish, the answer is no. The market access requirements continue to evolve. Our regulatory requirements continue to evolve. The management measures of the Commission under which we work continue to evolve. Therefore, there is an ongoing need for technical assistance through FFA and SPC and other stakeholders to support continued capacity building within FFA members.
One important area in the implementation of a project like DevFish is its sustainability by recipients when funding assistance ends.
The project tries its best as a strategy of implementing its mandated assistance to see that it is always integrated within existing programs of the country's agencies, relevant agencies, that once the project comes, the activity that is crucial is continuing to support in how it was initially intended to.
93.83.
Developing human resource here is very important. Since we are having this booming industry, we definitely need technical expertise. And this is the technical university, and this is where we train the food technologists. So when they support and they sponsor, they are sponsoring those people that will tomorrow go out to the industry and support the industry grow. So yes, it plays very important role in sponsoring our students.
I think we do need to thank and recognize the European Union for its significant contribution to fisheries development in the region, and particularly as manifested through the DevFish projects and what we hope will be another project under the EDF 11 that we're looking forward to.